question to answer.
Don't know. Hard question.
I don't know if I've got an answer for that one.
Good question.
This is hard.
I feel like that should be a good answer. Wow. I think I just got nervous, like really quickly.
God.
It's a very good question.
Hopefully nothing nasty. It's hard to say because that's everybody's own opinion.
Depends on by whom.
It depends by whom.
I don't know. I don't think I'd be remembered for much. My weirdness,
Dancing.
An outgoing personality, but a nice person.
Love of my friends and family.
My kids.
a good wife, being a mom, being a wife.
My family, my husband, and my child.
Being a good father and husband.
Father, husband.
Great father, great grandfather.
My family,
My family.
Passionate about my career.
some passion.
Honesty and integrity as well.
Kind of integrity.
A guy who care about everything.
Somebody who's fun to be around.
Service. I would hope that people would remember me for working with the teenagers that were hard to work with.
For my smile.
My smile,
Positive attitude.
positive attitude, I would say.
Probably smiling and laughing a lot and being noisy.
Sense of humor.
Hopefully my humor.
Making those around me better for having known me.
For living each day just as it comes. I would be remembered for being kind.
Doing unto others as you would have them do unto you.
What an asshole. In a nutshell.
No.
No.
Not never.
No.
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 No. And I don't anticipate ever being.
I don't think so. Not as an adult.
Well, at this age, no.
Probably. Let me think.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Many times.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally. Okay. Yes.
At the time, I was so inebriated that it was fine. Very freeing.
It's pretty fun.
I don't think I want to be naked in public. It was weird. It felt naked.
I would feel naked. I would feel that all eyes are on me and
Uncomfortable.
Mortified.
I don't think I'd like it.
Well, there is a reason I haven't been. I wouldn't want to be.
I'd be cold because I'm always cold.
I probably would feel cold as well because I'm always cold.
Not naked exactly, but I have a propensity for hanging a moon.
We hid our privates with socks.
Like fully naked? And like how public?
Well, like not full frontal.
I have been to nude beaches just a handful of times at nude beaches. I've been topless on a beach.
I do enjoy swimming naked.
I would rather run around naked in public than sing.
And I don't even walk around naked in my own house.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
I participated in a theft once.
Well, I steal movies quite a bit off the, downloading illegally.
When I was 13, I went through a shoplifting phase. Stealing stuff from stores phase.
Oh, let's take this t-shirt.
The experience is like exciting, especially if you're stealing like, Archie comic books.
We didn't need anything and we weren't doing it for a thrill or a rush.
But it's also like a rush if you get away with it.
I guess at the time it was a thrill.
Like a thrill-seeking thing, I guess.
So there was a phase of thrill seeking.
Bit of a rush for sure. Like I could feel my adrenaline pumping.
Get your adrenaline going.
Lawn gnomes all the time. In high school, we would go gnoming and we would steal lawn gnomes.
The experience is guilt too, so.
It was humiliating actually, and I felt really stupid.
Oh, it felt good. It felt good to run on someone's lawn, grab something really cute and run away. And not get caught. That's key.
And I got caught.
I got caught.
And my friend was with me, and we were both caught.
And we got caught. Got arrested, and actually my parents still don't know about it to this day.
The police were called, and I was taken home in a police car. Huge mortification.
Almost got caught. Got chased through Baby Village, through the parking lot, and then I don't know how we got away.
I have stolen something, and it was quite by accident.
Not deliberately.
Upon walking out of the store with my bags, I realized I had had a shirt draped over my arm.
It has happened that I walk out of a store with something that I realize
I hadn't paid and I didn't go back.
And I accidentally walked out of Zeller's with a pair of sunglasses that were on my head.
I just decided to put a pair of jeans into my knapsack and I took them with me.
We went to the liquor cabinet and then we drank some of our Balichowi's wine.
I stole a spool of thread from a store when I was a kid.
I think I stole a token off my uncle's floor once.
I took paint from my high school.
First thing I stole was candy from a convenience shop.
Stealing candy from a candy store.
Took some candy from the bulk candy.
Popsicles and ice cream bars.
I remember a store was a Kinder Surprise.
No, I don't think I have, other than going back after they gave me a candy when I paid my bill and I took another one off the counter. I think that's about the extent of my stealing.
Oh my God. I don't know that.
Don't ask me any number of questions.
Wow.
What? Sorry?
I need a calculator.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
No idea.
I have no idea. I have no interest in knowing.
I could figure it out, but I don't care to.
I don't know.
I don't know. See, this is what I was like.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't have a clue.
My goodness, how would I know?
If you had asked 25 or something, I could have told you. But
I can't remember what a square root is.
The square root, I don't even know what it is.
36. 20 times 20 is 400. 40 times 40 is 1600.
65. No, that wouldn't make sense. 64.
It's less than 100.
42? I don't know.
Probably just under 25.
25 something?
About 26? 27?
And it's something like 26, 27.
27. Yeah, I like 27.
That's not maths are not my. Bring me people, not maths.
that's a funny question. I was kind of expecting it, actually. Clumsy. You fumble a bit when you've never done it before, but who cares?
I don't know what to say.
Quick.
It was painful. Painful.
It's a little bit awkward.
Really awkward.
It felt awkward.
Yes, awkward. Not great.
It wasn't exactly what I expected.
It was terrible.
It was meh. I was underwhelmed.
Let's say that it was not necessarily positive.
You know what? The first time was actually disappointing.
Disappointing.
I can't remember, to be honest, but I'm sure it was amazing.
I grew up in the dark ages. There was no sex education at school. Our parents certainly never told us anything, zilch about sex. But we didn't call it sex. We called it making love. And making love is quite different than having sex. Making love, you're doing it with somebody that you love, and it's a wonderful experience.
Delightful beyond words.
Yeah, that was nice.
I was a little bit older than some.
I waited until a little bit older than many.
I was still quite old the first time I had sex, so that it wasn't great. I don't think it was good.
I was like a lot older than I'd like to admit.
I was 18 and I felt like it was way overdue and I'd had opportunities but it never really felt right.
I think I was 16 and I felt like it was one of those things you just had to get over with.
And then it was over. I was like, whew. And I just wanted to get it over with.
I saw it as something that I wanted to get out of the way.
It was surprising because I was kind of like, oh, that was it? It happened?
I'd rather just not elaborate on it.
We actually did it in his backyard in a sleeping bag. I wouldn't necessarily even qualify it as having sex because it didn't go in.
It was in my bedroom at my parents' place in Edmonton when they were out.
Sherry Conrad across the street. Oh, I shouldn't mention any names, I guess.
It was all kind of mysterious and scary and wonderful and.
No, I'm gonna pass on that one. Somebody's got better hair than me. I always hate them.
When I'm driving, I hate a lot of people. People who cut me off.
Myself, when I'm not doing my best.
I honestly don't think I hate anybody.
I do not hate anyone.
I don't hate anybody.
I don't hate anybody.
I may dislike some things they've done. I don't know, I don't hate anyone. Because I don't hate too many people, and it's a strange word to use.
I'm really uncomfortable with the word hate. I try not to use it.
I can't say that I hate anyone. Hate is a really, really strong word.
Hate's a very strong word. I don't hate anyone.
It's a strong word.
It's a very, very strong word to me.
Hate is pretty strong.
There's people I don't really get along with, but
I don't like my neighbor right now, but I wouldn't say it's hate.
Can't think of anybody. I'm having problems with somebody in the apartment right now, but I can't say I hate her. I think she hates me, but I don't hate her.
Some people annoy me, or I might not like being around people, but I would say I don't hate anybody.
You know, there's people you cannot stand, you know, and yeah.
Maybe in a share room, and the one of a guy from India who's not taking care of his own mess whenever he uses the bathroom and the kitchen, and I hate him.
I have difficulty to work with one of my coworkers, which is actually my team leader. So sometimes it's like,
So there's this guy at work, and he calls, and he always complains. And he just keeps going and going and going and going. And I just hate him because I can't handle it. And I feel like how awful would it be to be in his life every day and listen to this man complain and complain and complain. Like, I just have to deal with him for one small sliver, and he just makes it terrible once every 3 years. But I just think, imagine being in his life, imagine being him, being so angry and so nasty all the time. So I hate him. I can say that. I won't say his name because I feel like he would probably sue me.
I hate when people try to belittle others.
I hate Hitler.
I hate greedy, arrogant.
Well, there's a city councilman that I really hate in the city here. And I actually plotted several kinds of revenge.
But if I really had to say somebody, I would say Stephen Harper right now.
Stephen Harper, probably.
Michael Walker was his name, and I'd punch him in the head if I saw him today.
I've hated many people throughout my life, and I've always wished that they would die in a plane crash. That's like my little fantasy. The advantage being that you can put a group and have them all, get rid of them all in one shot.
No.
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 No. No.
Oh, definitely not. No, absolutely not.
I want to say no.
I would say no.
Oh, no, far from it.
I do not.
Probably not.
I don't think anyone would answer yes. I would be surprised if someone answered yes.
In some ways, yes.
Sometimes. I will say yes and no.
My potential, I would like to think, was being a good mom, and I think I was. I think I still am, actually.
I feel like I've achieved a lot of the goals that that are within my power to achieve.
Am I proud and happy and content with where I've arrived in my life? Absolutely.
But I don't think I'm going to go much farther than this.
Because I don't think anyone in their right mind should or would feel that they have reached their full potential. It doesn't seem to me a rational place to be. If you have, then what are you doing?
No, I don't think I will ever reach my full potential until really I die, because I keep learning every day.
Something that evolves with you and at the same time that keeps opening more doors, so you never know where you might end up and where your potential might take you.
There's always more in life than you seem to accomplish.
Pretty much everything. You can improve everything in your life.
I feel like there's a lot of work to do.
I think that answer, even if you asked me when I was 75, I would say no.
I think so. What I really wanted most in life was to get married and raise a big family. And I was lucky. I got the right husband. I got the kids.
Maybe this is just as good as it gets.
Hard question.
I've asked myself that question.
I've actually thought about those type of situations, and I think that I probably would.
It's possible, yes.
I think it's possible. I wouldn't want to. I don't like the idea.
Probably.
You feel like the noble thing would be to kill that person to save 20 lives, but like, who are you saving, you know? And
I want to say it would depend on the people, but I don't think that's...
I would think that I would go with the group, because, but it would depend who that person is.
maybe they're convicts and you're going to kill your loved one for, I don't know.
Well, if it was one innocent person, no. I mean, you have to say no from a certain point of view of who's the one person, but I guess you have to say no.
Absolutely, I think I would.
Yes.
Oh, gosh, no.
I guess I would, yeah.
No. I will make sure that the 20 people there will find a solution together.
Strictly as an equation, it makes sense.
The math may make sense. Killing someone, I think it's very difficult to do.
I don't know if I could take that responsibility.
I can't answer that unless I'm in the situation.
I think it would have to be one of those game time decisions.
So it depends on the circumstance.
That's an in the moment sort of thing.
It really depends on the circumstance. I would have to know.
It would have to be under certain circumstances, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess if it really came down to it, yeah, I would.
I would have probably a hard time doing it.
Ethically, that yes, I would. Whether I'd actually be able to do it physically or not, that's a much harder question to answer.
I don't know that I could.
I don't think I could.
I don't know if I'm capable, but I'd like to think that I would do something like that.
Sitting here, I'll say yes.
It would really depend. If it was literally put right in front of me that I had to do that, and I could see the 20 people, then I might. But if it was more abstract, then I probably couldn't.
Life is sacred. The only circumstance I can ever imagine ever killing anybody would be if they were a danger to one of my kids. Other than that, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine doing it. I don't know how to shoot a gun, and I can't imagine stabbing anybody with a knife.
I know it's so easy to say, and I hope that I could follow through with what I'm saying right now, but I would rather die than kill somebody.
I hope I'm never in that situation, and I don't think I ever will be.
Could I just kill myself so I don't have to make the decision? Myself. No, myself.
There's so much. There's spiders.
Other than spiders?
Snakes.
Mice.
Clowns, I hate clowns. They piss me off.
I mean, I'm scared of diving a little bit now, but...
Being on the ledge on the 40th floor of any building.
There's heights. Being stalked.
Death. Dying in a painful way.
I think I have a fairly healthy fear of death.
I was gonna say the ghost that I think I saw like when I was a little.
Suicide terrifies me.
I would say uncertainty.
The easiest answer to that question is always failure. Frightens me the most.
And I would say being played for a fool as well.
Being adrift, not having direction.
Not having good friends and good family, so being alone.
Obsolescence or irrelevance would frighten me.
Something happening to my son, my baby.
Hurt the people I love.
Watching the people I love suffer.
Losing someone I love.
I think losing somebody really close to me.
I think losing another person that I'm close to.
Losing the people I care about.
Illness and frailty and sickness and those kinds of things.
Hurting somebody who loves me would probably be the most frightening to me, or losing a relationship that I really valued.
I suppose losing my mind, when I get older and maybe not being able to take care of myself.
Getting to a state where I was unable to do things for myself, and I would be dependent on somebody else, that would be pretty frightening to me too.
Having regrets.
I have many.
My biggest regret is not going to university.
Not being able to pursue my studies.
I think it's just saying stuff or not saying the right thing. That's always been regret. It's always been the moments I've been like, oh, fuck, why did I do that? Or why didn't I say something?
I would have been more careful with money in my life. That's probably the big thing.
My biggest regret would be not being able to be more involved with my son as he grew up.
My parents ran an orphanage for boys, and I loved them all. They were like my brothers. But there was a few of them who weren't so good to me. And I think that my biggest regret would have been not to have talked to somebody about that.
I regret, hurting some people.
Not choosing to make changes that could have impacted things differently. So
in the past, when I've had struggles, not getting help for whatever those struggles might have been, a little faster.
Let's move forward, and those decisions were made based on what we chose at that moment. So
it's all just experience.
They're little, but they made up who I am now. So
everything that's bad that has happened, I've learned something from it and moved on and been a better person from it.
It's easy for everybody to fall. Only the good one will get up and start again.
My biggest regret really is not having Bill around to have seen our children grow up, to have him here with me so that we can enjoy growing old together. We always had enough money to cover expenses. We bought a house, that was never a problem. But we never had extra money to go out for meals and that. And I feel badly that now when I've got a few extra dollars, Bill's not here to share it.
I don't think I have any right now.
I don't think I have any.
I don't know if I have regrets.
I don't have any.
I'll pass on that.
I lost my grandmother.
My grandmother, my mom's mom,
my grandmother.
My mother, I lost her 2 years ago in February.
Most recently with my father, and it'll be about 4 years in March.
Most recently, I lost my mom.
I lost one of my cousin.
I lost my stepfather to lung cancer.
My friend David Tygeson.
When I was 19, my boyfriend passed away. My first love.
The person nearest and dearest that I lost is my husband.
A family friend who was in a grade 1 lower than me. He died by mixing drugs and alcohol.
He had a heart attack, and I was actually with him when it happened.
He drowned in Mexico at the Beach of the Dead, Playa de Muertos, being drunk, swimming at night.
A friend of mine committed suicide when I was 29, and she had 2 small children.
My sister. I lost her when she was 30, and I believe I was 22. It was April 15th of 2002. She committed suicide.
2 weeks later, our past common roommate, who was now living in Vancouver, gave me a call and told me that Leslie had put a shotgun in his own mouth and blown his own head out.
One of my favorite girls in high school, she killed herself after she got dumped by her boyfriend.
We had a classmate, this girl, Frances, and she committed suicide. She was 11 years old, and she committed suicide because she was bullied. And that really affected me a lot.
And it took me a lot of time to realize that he was gone.
Probably for a good decade after that, I used to regularly think I saw Leslie on the street.
You know, next Christmas they're not going to be around. Or
It was probably about 4 or 5 years of me going Christmas shopping and getting stuff for her and then putting it away, remembering she's not here anymore.
It's always in my mind, like, you cannot forget people.
One of the people that loves life the most, and to hear suddenly about their death was kind of strange.
It's a weird bonding tool, I find.
She was a spectacular woman, raised 6 kids.
Very positive-minded, very optimistic.
Interesting guy, artist, fantastic human being.
A gentleman in the old meaning of that. If Bill and I had a battle coming home on the bus, he would still help me off the bus. He would open the door and let me in. He would help me off with my coat and hang it up. He wasn't going to talk to me, but he always was a perfect gentleman, and he loved his kids.
I have been trying to figure that out since you invited me to be part of it.
I just came with an open mind.
Perception and exploration.
Probably about humanity.
Things to do with society, personal thoughts, personal motivation.
You know, humanity shows itself when it is most unguarded, speaking from the heart or
Saying things that are off the top of your head without having any time to prepare or think about it.
How people answer things spontaneously when they're unprepared, and
dealing with feelings you haven't dealt with. Maybe you get a glimpse of our inner workings.
And how well do I know myself?
you're studying people and
a lot of personal aspects of a person's life.
What their hearts are made out of and what's right and what's wrong and what they care about in the world.
Which you wouldn't normally hear on short acquaintance.
Honesty.
About exposing oneself.
Participants embark in a self-discovery to help us think a bit more about who we are.
Where you put your eyes when you're thinking about things that are inside yourself.
Everybody has his her way to see it. Life, values, way to live. But basically, I think human being is human being. Basic needs are the same everywhere in the world. Look at my life from beginning to now.
There's been a long road that has been traveled to get to this point of where I am today. Lots of ups and downs, and enjoyed every moment of it.
It's about life.